Here's our September 1st, 2020 edition of Spy Movie News with the latest updates on Tenet, Mission Impossible, and No Time to Die, plus some interesting industry trends. Hi, this is Tom Pizzato of SpyMovieNavigator.com with another special edition of Cracking the Code of Spy Movies. Let's go! In breaking news, we've confirmed that Tenet did open in England on August 26th and was released in 20 other countries on that same date. And it has a scattered release plan through the September 18th release in Japan. It opened September 3rd in the United States, but early access showing started August 31st. Tenet has a strong opening weekend with $53 million in ticket sales, and that's without the US and Japan markets. We have the schedule in our episode notes for this show, and the film should open in over 70 countries worldwide by September 18th. So check the episode notes. This is exciting news. Let's get back to the theater. Tom Cruise was seen going to the pre-screening of Tenet in England. So there you go. Our co-host in the UK, Vicky Hodges, saw Tenet the day it opened, August 26th. And we have a no-spoiler podcast out on it, which we released August 28th. Check it out. It's a fun 8 minutes, and there are no spoilers. Well, Disney couldn't wait to see what would happen to Tenet or Disney's own The New Mutants, which they released last weekend. They pushed The Kingsman to 2021. Interestingly, they announced this the day before The New Mutants hit theaters. This does make one wonder if Disney plans to push back Black Widow from its November 6th release. We're guessing ticket sales for Tenet will have a big impact on that decision. It also makes us wonder what the 2021 release schedules are going to look like. With all the movies that have been pushed to 2021, what is their impact on the movies that were scheduled originally for 2021? Might the later ones be pushed back to 2022? Mission Impossible, hey, we're staring you down for an answer on this one. Speaking of Mission Impossible 7 suffered a little setback after an expensive motorcycle stunt went wrong. Check cinemablend.com for all the news. A motorcycle stunt went wrong as the bike burst into flames, but the stuntman's okay. But it was a well-planned and costly stunt that had been in the works for a long time and is now a financial and time frame setback for Mission Impossible 7, which is scheduled for release November 19th, 2021. Reportedly, Tom Cruise was not too happy about this one. Check cinemablend.com for more details. In our August 1st episode of Spy Movie News, we mentioned that Mission Impossible 7 wanted to blow up a 111-year-old bridge in Poland. Well, here's an update. Basically, writer-director Chris McQuarrie said, Mission Impossible says they would never harm icons or historical landmarks. They were looking for a bridge that needed to come down somewhere in the world, and they were contacted by Poland. But never a monument, no historically significant monuments would ever be destroyed. But there's a possibility that a portion of the bridge, which is now unsafe, would need to come down. You can see Empire News Online for more information. The bottom line is, Mission Impossible is acting responsibly and working with Poland to see what might be possible. Screen Rant reports that Tom Cruise, who is a certified helicopter pilot, during a break landed a helicopter near the 9th hole at a golf course in England so he could grab lunch at the clubhouse. How's that for a stunt? For another real stunt, check out this video at NME.com. They report that Tom Cruise will jump off a motorcycle mid-air for a fabulous action stunt in Mission Impossible 7. He's something like 160 feet in the air. Photos at NME.com and also thesun.co.uk. Cruise is cool. Now on to No Time to Die. From the Spy Command, August 18th, 2020 edition, there hasn't been a whole lot of news for No Time to Die, but there has been enough to get fans interested as usual. And as usual, there are questions. You see a lot of licensed product news like Funko Pops that usually means that the release for the film is imminent. However, as the Spy Movie Command says, who knows if the licensees are really in the know when the movie will release? So there's always still a question. The Spy Command also reports that there was an investors call by MGM with its investors, and the CEO said, yeah, 2 releases in 2020 are scheduled, but, and there's always a but, and who knows if these releases will slip. There's always a but. IndieWire.com reported that if there's another slip for No Time to Die, it's unlikely that it will be pushed to the summer of 2021. There have been no Eon Production summer releases since License to Kill in July of 1989, which wasn't a great release, coming in 4th at the time. It was the worst Bond opening of any Eon Bond film. So it's unlikely that this will be summer of 2021. Things that will affect the release, of course, are worldwide statistics for the COVID-19 pandemic and what other countries are doing in respect to theaters opening or not. Billie Eilish's recording of No Time to Die theme song was a first for Bond films, as it was recorded at her home studio, not in a traditional recording studio. Read all about this in cinemablend.com. And also at cinemablend.com, there's a new image of Rami Malek's character, Safin, which was also released on Instagram. Check that out, it's pretty cool. RadioTimes.com reports even this summer that Cary Fukunaga is not tweaking No Time to Die. He's saying mentally and emotionally he's finished with the film in the spring of 2020. You can read the full report at RadioTimes.com. In general movie news, some companies are moving filming locations to Canada due to COVID-19. Other venues are being looked at, such as the UK and Australia. For The Last Duel, Ben Affleck, the producer and star, is doing this. He's moving it to Canada. Will we see more of this? CNBC.com has an article on it. Will this have an effect on planned releases of movies in the fall of 2020? We'll see. And a belated happy 90th birthday to Sean Connery, our first 007 from Eon Productions, who was also recently voted the best Bond in a poll by RadioTimes.com, with Timothy Dalton coming in at second. So, thanks for listening to Cracking the Code of Spy Movies Special Edition of Spy Movie News. Be sure to subscribe to our show through your favorite podcast app and tell your friends about us. Share this episode with them. And thanks for listening.